Hey guys, Gary Wong with GaryWongRealty.com again. People know me as the Christian Realtor. I'm also the author of the book on Vancouver real estate. And welcome to another episode of Possession Date Horror Stories. In this story, I worked with a client and we bought an apartment, older apartment, concrete building in Metrotown. Very well priced, very low price. It was priced under 200 grand and it was a steal. It was a hot market as well. Very difficult for us to negotiate very much. Not much you can negotiate when the property is less than 200,000. Very decent building. No major issues. Obviously the building is not in top-notch condition, but it wasn't requiring a rain screen or significant repiping or special levies or anything like that. The unit, pretty clean, decent overall, not spick and span, but needed, maybe flooring replacement. They could update the kitchen, minor issues here and there. Obviously, we did a home inspection. We had subject clauses. It wasn't that hot where we had to write a multiple subject-free offer. It wasn't a multiple offer situation, so we could write a subject offer, which was great. We got a home inspector in, and the home inspector inspected the home. I was there, noted some minor issues like cleaning, some aesthetic issues. Maybe the closet door where the hinge was a little bit broken, some small issues, and not much we could note about that. On possession date, my client moves in. We noticed the flooring underneath the bed was damaged. We were like, oh, what's going on? It was beside the hot water baseboard. And then my client also noted in the storage locker, there are a bunch of stuff that the seller left there. And then balcony, the seller left like a paint can and all this stuff. My client, not very happy with this, was actually quite mad, quite pissed off, needed to get this stuff dealt with, addressed right away. So we called 1-800-GOT-JUNK, got the stuff removed from the storage locker, and it cost about $200. I took that bill and I said, seller, you gotta fix this. You promised in the contract you'll remove all the chattels, and you didn't. So seller was okay with that, paid the $200. I paid for the 1-800-GOT-JUNK, so I got reimbursed. The issue with the flooring, well, obviously the seller is not happy with that, and the home inspector saying, oh well, it's not my fault, it was under the bed. I'm not in charge of moving the furniture to check whether there's a scratch or there's damage underneath the bed. So we got a contractor in to come take a look at it. There was some extra flooring around. Also, he noted the contractor noted that the hot water baseboard, it was leaking. Seriously, there was some problem with that hot water baseboard. It wasn't completely broken, but we needed to tighten up one of the accessories inside the hot water baseboard. So the contractor noted that, and obviously the seller was pretty pissed off, wondering why the home inspector didn't catch that. Home inspector once again says it's not my responsibility and just left it at that. At the end of the day, the cost of the contractor was a couple $100. I wanted my client to be happy. I paid the couple $100, got that fixed. So what can you learn from this? When you're buying a property that's older and it's quite not beat up, but not in the best condition, understand that there will be issues, and I would say a holdback clause is nice. And once again, if the seller is willing to accept that, that'd be great. If not, I would say nowadays, like I tell my clients, hey, you know what, this property, it's quite beat up, there are issues. Anticipate spending 5 to 10 grand on updating the place, and if you find anything that the home inspector didn't find, this 5 to 10 grand buffer will cover you. Next time, when we buy a property like that, we should just make sure there's a buffer in the price to anticipate some issues that the home inspector might not be able to find, and use that money, that discount that we saved, to cover those expenses. In this particular instance, in this particular unit, my client got a really good price. She was able to buy it for well below $200,000, and actually a couple weeks later a unit sold, similar unit sold actually $10,000 more. Actually, when she did a bank appraisal for the property, the bank appraised the property for more than she had paid for it. So she already made about 10 grand on it before she even took possession of the property. So hopefully that buffer was able to cover the fact that yes, there were some small issues with the property that needed to be dealt and that the seller didn't address. Hopefully that story was of value to you and you learned something from it. Until next time, till the next story, Gary Wong with GaryWongRealty.com, and God bless you. Thanks guys for watching my video. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Email me if you have any more questions. Thank you.